My name is Paris Quintanilla. This is for Dr. Yeager's Geology project. I decided to do mine over Hobby Middle School since it's by where I live and not a lot of things are open or available due to Corona and quarantine, so I hope you enjoy. When you first enter the woodsy part of the middle school, the first thing that leads down to the trees and such are the hills, which are the first things you're going to notice as well. These hills were mostly caused by weathering, erosion, moving around of dirt, soil, rocks, and even some disturbances in the Earth's crust, which resulted in these hills being formed. Following the hills is this very tiny trail that leads more into the woodsy part of the area, that is covered in these types of pebbles and rocks, which have pointier edges and are a bit rougher than smooth rocks, obviously, which is likely due to water weathering, which split and crack open rocks in half, allowing them to have rougher and pointier edges, as said before, which I believe is due to ephemeral streams. There's a couple of areas in the woodsy part here that have allow ephemeral streams to take place, which in case someone didn't know, ephemeral stream is a stream that flows briefly during or after a period of rainfall and which immediately after a couple of days dries up, which resulted in these bigger rocks breaking down and creating smaller rocks, giving them their own unique shape and edges. So as you can see here, unlike the regular tree, these trees are leaning on its side as if they're about to fall. And what causes this is that obviously the roots are a tree's anchoring system. So the tree can lose its ability to stay vertical and cause instability because the roots are exposed, which is caused by eroded soil from wind or water, which results in the trees leaning this way. More specifically, this is called plant-based erosion. As you can see, there are many rocks in the ground which the tree had to learn to grow around, which, as said before, caused them to lean. This also played a part in the rocks to move and break away. The water from the ephemeral stream also caused the soil to erode and the rocks to move and tumble in different places, causing the instability. This area right here in the picture is where, when the ethereal streams, the water goes down the hills and it lands in this little area. It's almost like a lake. As you can see, there's some trash in it too, so obviously the water took down some trash and obviously a whole bunch of soil, because here's like a pile of just soil and roots there. And I don't know if you can tell, but on the sides there's like little, not hills, but they're like little mountains of just dirt and rocks that plants and weeds just started growing from. Especially after it rains here, the water gathers up and the soil soaks it up long enough, and it just stays there because there's no hill or anything to take away from that. So little wildflowers and dandelions and different kind of weeds just start growing here and have a chance to. Also, after it rains, I always hear a bunch of mosquitoes and see a whole bunch of earthworms come out, which indicates water. As you can see, the main focus here is the trees and how they lean because, as said before, due to weathering, the soil, wind, and water, and them causing the environment to look like this. And here, I don't know if you can tell, but there's like a pipe that's in the hill. I'm not sure what kind of pipe it is, but this is a form of human weathering, which also increases like the pollution and how much water there is on land, which takes effect on the type of soil there is on this land too, which also affects like the way the trees lean, as said before, and the growth of the ethereal streams, which affect the types of plants and animals that are here as well. Overall, I thought this project was really interesting because I've hung out here plenty of times, and I've never really noticed any of the geological aspects to it. So it was fun doing this, and a ton of people hang out here daily, so it was just cool to see how, the how nature worked around rocks and people, and you know. So thank you. I hope you have a good one.